Welcome to 15 Minute Theatre, the only review show that squeezes a whole production into 900 seconds. The date is the 13th of May 2019, and we have just been to see Sweet Charity open the house. Well, hello there.
Hello there, very businesslike. Hello.
Hi, we're once again back in my office.
We are once again back in your office.
Conducting business.
I'm trying to pick up something else hilarious that I can comment on. But the thing is, there's always too much stuff in here. I think maybe a...
Don't say it. Don't say it.
David's got some disturbing artwork, which he clearly doesn't want me to talk about. But let's just say, there's some disturbing artwork in here.
I like that one. That's a nice picture. Anyway, we're not here to just discuss.
But nobody knows what that picture is. Do you mean the picture of you in a coffin?
Standing up in a coffin.
Standing up in a coffin, okay.
Anyway.
That's one of the least disturbing pieces of artwork.
Right, well, should we get back to what we're talking about?
Okay, fine, sure.
Great. So, I'll give you a few facts about this Sweet Charity.
I really
you went to see.
wish you would.
It was adapted from an original screenplay by Federico Fellini, Tullio Pinelli, and Neoplanio.
I'm really enjoying this.
Apologies. It was written by Neil St.
You just wrote these down a minute ago, and you already...
Help me out. Where was it book by?
Okay, hang on, I need to go into...
Lyrics by Dorothy Fields.
Who was the book by? Neil Simon.
Neil Simon.
Why was that so hard?
The music was Cy Colness.
Yeah.
Josie Rourke was the director. Gareth Valery was the musical director.
That's not his name.
What is it?
Gareth Valentine.
No. The choreography was by Wayne McGregor.
Yeah, correct.
Designer Robert Jones.
I should check that, shouldn't I? Where's that one?
And our notable actors were Anne-Marie Duff,
Yeah.
Arthur Darvill and Clive Rowe.
Well done.
It's running at the Donmar Warehouse until the 8th of June 2019.
Yeah.
And it has a running time of 2 hours and 40 minutes, once again with an interval. Thank God.
Excellent time.
Well, right. After all that, I think you need to give us a synopsis.
You know what? I was just thinking I really should have had a think about it. I've got a bit of a cold and it's in my head. It's blocking my brain a little bit.
Oh, brain block.
So Charity is the main character. She is a lady who doesn't have much money. She's very kind and generous with the money that she does have. She works as a dance hall hostess, which basically guys pay her to dance with them, and she's sort of really desperately trying to get out of that life. And she's always thinking a man will take her away from it, and it's basically it's her story, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she's very lovable.
Okay, well, I like the Donmar very much, and it opened. I would say the play started to have an interval at the start. You know, the actors started to come on the stage, and they created a whole like Andy Warhol happening, didn't they, on the stage? It was firmly set in the 60s.
Well, it was based on like the set design was based on Andy Warhol's studio type thing that he had, wasn't it?
Those kind of themes ran through the whole thing, but it was a very physical theatre piece, and it really pulled you in from the start.
Yeah. So the set was silver, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Everything was just silver, and then some actors came on and started sort of pretending to paint on the wall, and they had a projector screen, and someone was writing on the projector screen and put it up. So yeah, there was sort of stuff going on to keep you interested before the big event.
Did you like this?
I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Yeah. What did you love the most?
I loved the ensemble theatre and the physical theatre elements.
Yeah.
The way they backed up all the stuff that was going on. And they were busy, that cast.
Yeah.
They were engaging. But, oh my goodness, can we talk a little bit about Anne-Marie Duff?
Oh, she was so wonderful, wasn't she?
She pitched it just perfectly.
She was you just loved her.
Yeah.
But
you understood her. She wasn't, you know, you believed her character.
She was sort of from the wrong side of the tracks, wasn't she? But just really, just a sort of kind, caring, lovely person, quite naive in one way. Yeah, she was fantastic.
And it was a polished performance, but it felt rough around the edges. For example, there's a song that she does If They Could See Me Now, and she does like a little dance routine in the middle of it, doesn't
Yeah.
she? And it's just great.
She really goes for it. At first, I was a bit like, oh, is she singing a bit out of tune? But actually, her character, she was just belting it out, and it was so raw and full of passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
I was just going to say, yeah, I agree, she's brilliant.
Right. Okay, the male lead, I suppose, was Arthur Darvill.
Yes.
Um,
Now, I really liked him, but you weren't so sure, were you?
I thought he was good. I mean, I do know him from television.
Do you know him personally?
Not really personally,
Okay.
but I've seen him on television.
Yeah.
And he was in Doctor Who, and I thought he played virtually the same character. This is fine.
Yeah, but the character I've not seen him in Doctor Who, and I felt that his portrayal of that character was absolutely spot on.
It was good, and his voice was good.
Yeah.
I thought all the music, I thought all the singing was good.
Yeah.
I had a bit of a problem with the musical direction.
Why would you say that?
I felt that they may have overproduced a couple of songs a little bit.
Well, they've tried to change them up a little bit,
Yeah.
haven't they?
Yeah, and I thought, in hindsight, it's kind of stayed with me. Big Spender was very sinister, wasn't it, for example?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, we're used to Shirley Bassey singing it.
Yeah, and that's not how it's
And
performed.
that's not how it should be. If they can, that's not how it should be. I think this was right.
And neither of us, or neither of us, depending on what you want to say,
Neither.
have seen the film.
I've seen a little bit of it, but I've not seen the whole thing.
Okay,
No.
so it's hard to compare. But look, I don't want it to take away. It was an inventive, original show.
I thought, yeah, it was great.
First time I've seen a toilet on stage for a long time.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a toilet on stage. Have I seen a toilet on stage before?
Don't know.
There was a toilet on stage, if you hadn't gathered that.
Yeah. All right. What about...
Not that I'd have to say nobody actually went to for a period.
Yeah, someone was on the toilet.
Yeah, but there wasn't any actual bodily fluids coming out.
Well, you couldn't. Well... No, but
just
most of the
point
time when
out-
they're drinking a cup of tea, there's no.
It wasn't. It wasn't like
They're very.
if they needed a little break and they needed to go for a wee, they just go in the corner.
Staging and technical.
I think it all really worked really well. I thought they used the set very well.
It was inventive.
Yeah.
There was the way they created the lake was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to give it away really.
No, I don't, because it was a bit. It's a bit of a surprise, isn't it?
Everything they did. So I think we can talk about the fairground scene.
Yeah. So they used quite a lot of the stuff that they used was quite sort of basic props, but used in a really used in a really good way.
Mm-hmm.
So it worked really well. The fairground scene was really inventive.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
Okay, did you have a standout moment?
Oh, so I'm looking at the musical numbers here. What did I love the best? There was this. I really loved. Oh, sorry, the bit where she went into a club, and there were people dancing in the club, and they all had like gold gloves on. Oh, sorry, I've got a cold. I'm going to drink some water.
Yeah, please do.
I thought that bit was brilliant.
Yeah.
I also really loved Rhythm of Life. I thought was really well done. I know that maybe not the best version of the song, but the way they did it, I thought was really good. If my friends could see me now,
moment.
I had so many best moments.
All right, well that's enough.
What was your best moment?
Well, you just said my best moment.
Which one was?
My friends could see me now.
Yeah, it was good.
I really liked it. Okay, show. Do we take a break?
Inspector Bond.
Inspector
Inspector Bond? Oh God, honestly, this cold's made my head go really funny.
And your face.
Thanks. It's so
Welcome.
kind.
Audience antics. All right, I've got one.
Go on then.
Standards.
Oh, yeah, a lot of standards.
A lot of standards. I don't.
Can you explain what you mean by that?
Well, people who refuse to sit in their seat until the very last minute. Now, as you know, Vicky, you may have noticed I'm quite tall.
You are quite tall.
And sometimes I have to squeeze into a seat.
Yeah.
And I always go out of my way to make myself as low as possible so that people behind me can have a good view.
It's very kind of you.
It is. But then people next to us standing up right to the edge. And we came back from the interval and they were standing in my seat.
They were.
and I kind of went as close as I could.
But who was it who said to them, "I believe you're sitting in our seats"?
Was it me?
No, it was me.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Thanks for sticking up for
You're
me.
welcome, anytime.
Especially seeing as though you had some troubles of your own.
I had this unusual man next to me, but we won't go into it.
He was a very serious man, wasn't he?
He was very serious, yeah.
He looked like he could be like a dance director. Or a choreographer, you may call him.
He could be many things.
Did he crack a smile?
I don't think he did.
I don't know if he's capable.
No.
Who did you say looked like?
I don't want to go into it, because just in case he's listening.
Well, how will he know it's you?
Well, okay. I felt he looked a little like one of the neighbours from the film The Burbs. Mr. Klopek.
All right. So there's our runners and tips for this week.
Okay.
Shall I score it? All right.
Okay.
Okay, so shall I start? You start.
Yeah, you start. Go on.
All right. Performances. I'm going to give it a 10.
Do you know what?
I was going to say 9.5, but you know.
I was thinking about giving it a 9, but Anne-Marie Duff was so wonderful, and the cast, they were all really good. 10, yeah, 10.
So 10, brilliant.
Yeah.
So to the technical.
I mean, it was quite basic, but it was really well done. So I'll go for an 8.
Okay, I've given it a 9. Really liked it. Narrative and plot. Well, I really liked it, but it didn't have a strong through story, and I think that's the point. It's supposed to be 4 mini stories, I think.
You're a bit sad about the end as well, weren't you?
Oh, really sad about the end. But 7 for me.
I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay, originality.
I'm going to give it a 9.
Okay, I've given it an 8. Not quite sure why, really. It's quite an original, wasn't it? Can I change it? I'm going to give it a 9.
Yeah, do it.
Choreography 9. Loved it, because I'm going to put movement in there as well, just in case you're listening at home and think.
Yeah, I'd go for a 9.
Yeah. Costume?
Well, there was one bit that really annoyed me when they were doing that great choreographed sequence in the club, and one of them had a different pair of shoes to everybody else.
Oh, it did annoy you.
So I'm going to go for a 7.
Oh, I've given it a 9. Because it didn't bother me, really. And I thought it was inventive all the way through.
Yeah.
Music, I have given it an 8. Because some numbers were a lot stronger than others, and I think they messed about it a little bit too much for my liking.
I'm going to give it a 9.
Okay, fair enough. And Vicky, was it worth it?
I'm going to go for a 10.
And it's got a big fat 10 from me.
Strong
Good
scores.
So, Vicky, while I added up the scores, do you want to tell the listener what we're going to see next? You look scared. Have you not worked this out yet?
We did have something that we were going to go and see, and we did go and see it, but we didn't like it, so we left halfway through.
I mean, we really
which we
didn't
will
like.
not be discussing because we don't feel it's fair because we didn't watch the whole thing. So I'm actually just having. I don't think we've got anything in. I think the next thing is not for ages actually, and I think it is a play called Sweat, which was at the Donmar originally, and I don't know an awful lot about it, but a guy that I've done some voiceover work with, as in him the voiceover, not me, he's in it. So I thought let's go and support someone that I've met.
That sounds very good indeed.
And it has had very, very good reviews. So it's not for a little while, so unless anything else crops up, we're probably going to have a little bit of a break for a few weeks. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. We'll be back.
Right.
Billy Silly.
70 plus 71.
James's Math. James's Math. I'm gonna make a theme tune for James's Math. Ooh, 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 James's Math.
Oh, I'm going to have to take care. You'll see, he's putting me off.
He's calculating, he's anticipating getting the numbers wrong. James's Math.
Do it. Right.
Oh, I've got a very...
Oh, that's hard. That's the hardest one ever. It gets a star rating of 4.4, which puts it not as high as I would have thought, really, but it puts it number 7.
Number 7?
Which is just above Wise Children.
Oh, I wish I'd given it a higher score now.
And just below All About Eve.
Oh, I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed All About Eve.
Well, I think I did as well, but that's those scores.
Our scores are very up and down.
They're not. We're usually really consistent. We usually say, oh, those scores are consistent.
Yeah, I feel like that should be higher.
Well, that's the way the scoring works.
Okay, fine.
Alright, next time, if you want to mark it higher, don't give it 7 for costume.
But I didn't think the costumes were that great.
Well, if you had, it would have changed the whole score.
Okay, fine.
Alright, anyway, that's a bit about Thankfully before we get into a row about the scoring system. I've been James.
I've been Vicky.
And for the first time for ages, I'm going to get this right.
What are you going to say?
I don't know, because it's not on the script.
The curtain's down, the theatre's dark, and that's the end of the show for tonight.
Good night.
What is it?
If you're brave enough to have your theatre production reviewed, please contact us at 15minutetheatre@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter and please rate and review us on iTunes. Thanks for listening.